Welcome to the Delco Nerd Network podcast. I am your host, Anthony Gooch, and here with a few friends in the Delaware County area, we get in a basement and talk about a certain topic. Today's topic, preparing for Kingdom Hearts 3, the game of the decade. Here to discuss with me, Alex Barbera, Jason McCullough,
Hey.
Chris Connor.
It's good to be back, thanks.
Yeah, dude. Has it hit anyone that this game is coming out like in a few months? Because I don't think it's really like hit me. Yeah,
it's just been so long. We just haven't expected it, really.
Yeah, it's just been like years and years of waiting. That like even when they delayed it the first time,
when did they not delay it?
That holiday 2018 to like early 2019 delay, I was so just like, what?
I still don't believe the game's coming out. They're gonna delay it again.
The 29th.
Delay it again until like the summer.
But what I'll give them is they didn't say a date with like the holiday. They were just like, it's coming out then. So like if they didn't technically delay it in a way, like they didn't put a date on it. And if they did that like they did with Final Fantasy 15, that would have been bad because they put a date on it and then delayed it. Like,
yeah, that would.
It's just like, what was the point of that? You literally had an event to reveal the date and you delayed it. Ugh, looks stupid.
I feel like once we get past the holiday games of like Red Dead and all that, and then like it's like you look forward, like, oh well, now the next big game is Kingdom Hearts. Then it's gonna be like that's when the hype will start building up.
I think
like,
it's coming out at a perfect
like November,
time.
Early December. Then you're just like, just waiting.
It's coming out after the holidays. Everyone's gonna probably have gotten Red Dead, Spider-Man, whatever you're getting this year, and like January, February, March is that period where like if a game comes out and it's good, it will get attention. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is, I think, besides Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, which is a PS4 exclusive, which coming out in March. I think this is the only game that I can think of that is this big that's coming out.
Yeah,
so that's really good.
Most of it's pushed towards March with all the heavy releases of like March 11th is like the most convoluted date early next year.
It's February 22nd.
Oh, February 22nd?
Yeah, because like Anthem comes out, a Nintendo game comes out on February 22nd, and like 3 other titles.
Okay,
and it's a Friday, and it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm just like,
it's the new
why February 22nd?
It's the new October.
Man, with that last direct, I don't know what to think.
Okay, let's get into the Kingdom Hearts stuff. So, I kind of want to start it off with, I feel like, a question that maybe you guys might not remember, but like, when did we start playing Kingdom Hearts? And I assume we all played Kingdom Hearts 1 to begin with.
Well, not me. Technically, I started off with Chain of Memories, and then when I eventually got to PS2.
On DS?
Game Boy, but yes.
Oh, yeah. I played on DS. Really? Interesting. Okay, because I played it at a few friends' house, and I think the only part I ever played was Destiny Islands and Traverse Town, and that was it. And then I picked it up. And we were having a conversation on Xbox, and Alex, I remember you saying like one of the big reasons you got the game was because there were Disney characters in it. And I was totally like thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't think at all that's why I got the game.
They like push. So, I actually played Kingdom Hearts 2 before I played Kingdom Hearts 1.
Really?
It was recommended by a friend.
And how lost were you?
I had no idea what the hell was going on. But then, I mean, I loved the second game so much that I went back and played the first one, and then I've just been playing all those games over and over again since.
I can remember back when the first one was coming out, how overhyped it was. By that time, however, I didn't have a PS2. I was obsessed with GameCube at the time, but I remember seeing all the overhype about this game. It involves Disney characters. I'm thinking, back in my head, this is probably going to be a good game.
I remember seeing commercials on like Disney Channel, and even for like Chain of Memories and 2, but I don't remember people talking about Kingdom Hearts 1.
No, I got the first Kingdom Hearts. I remember building up to the release. My brother was older than me, so it's 2002 when it came out, the first one.
Yeah.
And so I was 11, and I remember I rented it 4 times in a row from Blockbuster. 4 times in a row. I like
the good old days.
Every time I'd go back and be like, I want to get the same game, and like still never got past Tarzan. Like I was still stuck in that. Yeah. I was stuck in that.
Definitely
first
a difficulty check.
Because like I couldn't figure out how to get into the Coliseum. Like I talked to Phil and it's like, move the boulder. I can't move this freaking boulder. Like what do you want me to do? And then like never talk to him again to like activate the next part. So I'm just like, well, I'll just leave this world. And then like That was the first time of like renting it, and then the second time I had to figure out that whole convoluted Wonderland place of like how to get up on the ceiling and all this other stuff.
I could
And
definitely.
then Tarzan was the easiest one of the first
The
ones.
navigation in the first game was definitely a lot harder than
The navigation, like in the worlds, or like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
navigation
Of
in the world,
knowing
like,
what to
getting
do
around.
next.
Like the second one kind of directed you where to go at all times.
Yeah.
Oh,
You were
yeah, it's a
never
little
you're never
more-
wondering what to do. The
Yeah.
first one like was
100%.
kind of
and
you,
as-
you had no idea where you're
That
going.
is what I kind of liked about the first one, though.
Yeah,
is
it
you
made it
kind
feel
of
more
full of surprises.
As
Yeah.
somebody who literally just played Kingdom Hearts 1, you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
They don't tell you where to go at all. Like they're never just like, go here. It's just like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's no
force you to
objective, and then you
Go,
go like,
go into this, just zone into an area.
They
Like,
forced you to explore all the worlds, which made them feel bigger in a way. You know?
yeah. Because I
then
don't,
you get to learn the map.
I don't
like,
think Kingdom
yeah.
Hearts 2 worlds are that much bigger than 1. Again, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 2 in a while, and I'm almost
Well, also
onto it,
because in
they're
one you
similar.
can kind of free roam mostly, and two they kind of say where you can and can't go. That was the kind of thing that set me off when I first played too.
And I feel like the areas were around the same size, but there was a lot of different like areas you'd load into in the second one for some worlds. Like you know how big like Radiant Garden was, and
Yeah,
two
Radiant
was
Garden's a big
huge.
world. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
how you used to have the Colosseum in one, then you go down to the underworld in two.
Especially Hollow Bastion's actually pretty small in the first game. The under part is... What's up, Trio?
Not much. Sorry to interrupt. We got to stop on the stream for. Oh no, we're back. We're good.
Awkward.
Sorry.
How you doing?
I'm alright.
And anytime this doesn't make sense, you know,
Pop
feel free
in,
to
I will.
chime in.
I
Feel
will.
free to ask your questions.
If we're
that
not
you know nothing
recording,
about.
just tell us.
I have the producer mic on.
Gotcha.
Or like, you know, just like
I don't want to mess up the hair, so I'm trying to.
No, I feel you. So yeah, it seems like we all kind of popped in, like obviously like childhood or like you know either early middle school or elementary school.
Yeah, elementary school for me, I remember. It wasn't until, like, when I first got the first Kingdom Hearts I really got into it. And around that time, I remember 2 was in development, so I kind of jumped on the train, then didn't get off.
Yeah, I met you right around when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so there are a lot of Kingdom Hearts games, and some of them are like I don't know.
rehashes of
What's the
previous
word?
games.
That and just like
Money grabs.
I'd like to clarify, I do not say spin-offs. As a Nintendo person, I know what a spin-off is.
they're not really spin-offs.
Mhm.
They're very like integral plots, but like I don't know.
You're gonna tell me coded and recoded are integral plots.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorta. I don't know. Not coded, not so much. But okay. So in 2002, Kingdom Hearts 1 comes out. Then we have Chain of Memories in 2004 on Game Boy Advance. Kingdom Hearts 2 comes out in 2005 PS2. Rechain comes out. Coded. The original Coded comes out, which was a mobile game only in Japan. Then we have 358 on DS. Birth by Sleep on PSP in 2010, and then Dream Drop Distance in 2011, and that's where it essentially ends. Beside for the mobile game, Unchained,
Whatever it's called now.
And then we have the remasters and 0.2. So it's all over the place.
I definitely did enjoy the fact we did get those remasters. I remember playing the original games being so pissed off that the final mixes, which are pretty much the director's cuts, being available to us when they were only available for Japan.
Yeah, one cool thing about the remasters is we do get the final mixes and the content we didn't get in the original game. But yeah, what games haven't you guys played?
I only played 1 and 2.
Really, that's it.
I have not played. I played some of Birth by Sleep. I haven't played 358, but I did the HD remastered version of 358.
Well, that's cutscene. It's not really a game, but, you know.
Yeah,
Hey.
true. It is. It's a
Easiest-
movie.
Easiest, like, all trophies.
Yeah,
on
and
that.
it didn't have trophies in PS4.
On
Don't
PS4,
even- I don't wanna
but
even talk
PS3 it
about
did. I got the
know,
PS3.
I know it did.
I played some of the mobile game, but then, like,
Yeah, I did too.
it seems like
Dabbled.
such a money grab grind.
It is. It
Yeah,
is. I still
yeah.
play it. Like, sometimes I try to do that, but it really is pay to win. I mostly do it for story, and since they had PvP, it's become ultra competitive.
Yeah, there is a story to
And
it.
so then 0.2 Bird by Sleep, I was going to wait to play Bird by Sleep and 0.2 up until like the release, like probably like November, December to help go into Kingdom Hearts 3.
You
Yeah.
definitely are going to need to play the games you want to understand. Although I do think they said they're going to give some sort of recap.
They have to. There's no fucking way they can't.
They're going to be playing
There's
Who's
just
Who.
way-
Especially for Xbox people.
There's just way too much information there. And again, there are so many good recap
Watch
videos
this
on
4-hour
YouTube.
movie on what
there-
happened
There,
previously.
like the
Kingdom
recap
Hearts.
videos though, just a recap video
Or like an
are
hour.
well over now. Like there's
Yeah.
some like 3-hour ones.
It
you
may
know?
be like Dream Drop Distance, where they just write it down and tell you what exactly happens. Doesn't give too much detail, but it goes on the main plot holes.
Yeah, so obviously the way they released is not chronological. So the chronological, and I'll go over them briefly. So,
Key,
Key, Unchained, and
Union Cross.
no, what's the cutscenes from?
Back
2.8?
cover?
Back cover. So that is all pre-Birth by Sleep, before the Keyblade War, building up to the Keyblade War, which is why the worlds are the way they are in the Kingdom Hearts series. That's essentially what that plotline does. You learn about Ericus's Keyblade, or not Ericus, Xehanort's Keyblade, and I guess you see the origins of like the organization cloak and like the original like Keyblade like unions. It's a little like a
The
lot,
half
but
bear fox-eared looking people.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Focuses on a certain book, which for some reason we think is going to be in 3.
And this black box that's going to be in 3.
Apparently, Nomura claimed that if fans could pick up something, I haven't really seen too much, except that it has 13 locks. Can't really think of
Yeah,
anything
like
else.
Luxord mentioned, or a few people mention it in the trailers. Luxord asked like Jack Sparrow about it. Like they're clearly looking for it.
It's also thought that there could be more than one, too.
Yeah. Next up is Birth by Sleep, which is prologue to Kingdom Hearts 1, Ventus Aqua, Terra, the origins of Xehanort and Ansem the Seeker of Darkness, and just the whole fucking game.
Also, more or less, what gives the main 3 protagonists their ability to use the Keyblade. It's pretty
Yeah.
much predecessor, successor sort of scenario.
And I think this game is super integral. You really need to know this because like Aqua is like, in the trailer. So like,
She
do
seems like
you
she's gonna be a
understand
main
the
I know, I
plotline?
know, I know the whole entire story. Right?
Yeah, and it's tough. Like honestly, like besides Ventus falling asleep and Sora having him in his heart, and that's the reason why I can use the Keyblade. Terra is Ansem the Seeker of Darkness and Xemnas in his Nobody and Heartless.
Terra Nord, so to speak.
Yeah, Terran. Yeah, people call him Terranort.
I mean,
and then,
I feel
and
like
then Aqua's in
the
Darkness.
third one's gonna be centered around that storyline.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not-
100%.
It's not going to be.
Pretty
so-
much
Yeah.
everything's going to be about that. Them coming back and eventually having to go into a big fight, whichever side they're going to be on,
Yeah. Point 2 is the epilogue for Birth by Sleep, Aqua in the Darkness, and there's time jumps and stuff, and Mickey finding her, and the lead up into. So do you know what happens at the end of that?
At the end of which one?
Point 2, the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo looking thing with Aqua, as she's in the darkness going through the worlds.
Well, yeah, she got left in the darkness.
Yeah,
right?
but at the end, her and Mickey are behind the other side of the door that Sora and
Mickey
Donald
finds
and
the Dark
Goofy-
Keyblade.
Yeah, and we get explained as why he does not have a shirt in Kingdom Hearts 1. They literally retcon. Then he has clothes and like he gets hit by like a wave of shadows and his shirt just disappears.
They just try to
Like,
go
like it's the funniest thing.
detail.
It's like they actually like thought about that. I was like, that's so funny. That's so goofy. Anyway, Kingdom Hearts
No,
1.
no, that's Mickey, not Goofy.
No, it's
There you go.
Oswald.
I know, he's right. And then Kingdom Hearts 1, the story that began it all, saving the world from evil,
world,
essentially. Chain of Memories is the sequel to Kingdom Hearts. It's the in-between between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Castle Oblivion, the organization 13 members you don't meet in Kingdom Hearts 2, and essentially it's all forgotten.
And
So
you
it
play
really
as
doesn't
Sora,
matter.
and you have Riku's
And Riku.
storyline,
Yeah.
which is actually
First time you got to
pretty
play
cool.
as Riku,
And
pretty much.
I'll tell you right now, as somebody who's playing it right now, that the rechain is not fucking good at all.
Yeah, I feel like it's
not
easier
good.
on like Game Boy
Yeah.
when you didn't have to worry about like your 3D space and moving in it. Like
Yeah.
you just had to worry about the cards alone.
Yeah, and like again, like these are really brief go-overs. It's really hard to like fully explain these stories in like a podcast.
It's-
Yeah, well,
That'd be a completely different video.
personally,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
them just trying to experiment the formula. That's eventually what led up to Birth by Sleep's gameplay, though, truthfully.
Yeah, and 358 is going on while Chain of Memories is going around. We're learning about Roxas and Shion and Axel's relationship and kind of the Organization 13 lifestyle, which is kind of weird what to think about, but yeah. Then Kingdom Hearts 2, going against Xemnas, Nobodies, Roxas, yada yada. Coded, which is the epilogue to 2, which is the story of why Mickey writes that letter that Sora gets in Kingdom Hearts 2. Dream Drop Distance, which is the Mark of Mastery test for both Sora and Riku, in which the fact that Sora fails and Yen Sid lets Sora know, hey, you're going to have to learn everything again. Because somehow you forgot it. See in Kingdom Hearts 3.
I think that is kind of creative, though. When you think of RPG games, you really do start off, like, fresh start.
Oh, I know. But, like, in Tomb Raider, I'm playing that right now. It's kind of weird how, like, after 2 games and, like...
She's still rising?
Yeah, she's still rising. So, like, yeah. But, like, I at least give them credit to the fact that they, like, go out of their way to, like, explain that. Like, why doesn't Sora have all these abilities? Yeah, you forgot him, I guess. I don't know. But Dream Drop Distance is super important. Lee becomes, or Axel, all the Organization 13 members are humans again. Lee gets a Keyblade. Kyrie starts to use the Keyblade. We learn about young Xehanort and the real purpose of Organization 13 and how the original failed.
The cloning process, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff really comes to light in that game about, like, the real, like, intent of Organization 13 and Xehanort and the tie-in. Oh, now they're talking about Ventus, Aqua, and Terra and the main story and how, like, Xehanort's like, yeah, I fucked up, but I was rushing myself. And
that was pretty much the point of Dream Drop Distance. People that are confused about the 3 games, 358, Birth by Sleep, and Coded, how it all comes together, pretty much.
Yeah, and then Kingdom Hearts 3. So, it's a lot, obviously. It's tough. It's really tough. To get people, like, into this series, like, now.
I could explain it, but it would take a good couple hours. But
yeah.
Which is why it's going to be interesting to see what they do with 3. Because they're going to want to make 3 a game that's accessible to people that haven't been keeping up with the storyline the whole entire time. You know what I mean? They're not trying to just market to just that group of people. They're going to want to market to other people.
That's what makes the first and second one so, like, digestible, is because if anything, you can just go through, like, replaying basically Disney movies to get you through the story. You don't really have to know the overall and branching storyline with Sora and Riku and all them.
And I think that, like, good segue into can you skip certain games 100%. You can definitely skip Chain. You can definitely skip 358. I think Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance are kind of needed. Their information's a little. They kind of wrap everything up because I think most of us played. Well, not besides you, we didn't play Chain of Memories for 2, and we were fine.
Yeah.
And
I remember.
I think I was the one that gave you Chain of Memories.
I ended up buying it. You didn't give it to me.
Pretty confused.
I still have it.
Stuff
in there.
too, though.
Yeah. But, like, going into
made no sense
near
when
the
I
end,
played
it kind of wrapped up a little better.
Yeah.
But, like,
What? Chain of Memories?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
kind of, like, near the end of 2, it helped with, like, who Roxas was and why you started off as him and spent freaking, like, 2 hours of the first game as Roxas.
I love that prologue, man.
Dude,
I hate people who shit on it. It's so good.
I hated it originally when I first played it without playing Chain of Memories, but then, like, going back and, like, playing it now, I'm more appreciative of it.
It's so
It's
good.
to get you attached to Roxas.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's because you get so attached to it.
Plus,
you're
that
just
first
grinding
boss
for
fight
hours.
in that game
It's hard.
Yeah, with Axel,
really
but
hard.
that's the first time you get the double Keyblade, and it's so good.
That cutscene is one of my favorites.
I definitely do
good.
feel for non-casual players. I remember back when I first played 2 that I had to do a replay in order to connect the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you skip certain games? 100%. And we talked about which games we haven't played.
Can you skip all of them except for 3?
No.
No.
And that's kind of the same way with
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Well, like, Trio, chime in. As somebody who isn't a Kingdom Hearts fan, like...
I have zero interest in this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why you would.
I just don't have the same... It's like with any series, especially I feel like with this one, you need that, like...
We got an empty
that
chair right
hook
here.
in when you were younger. You know what I mean?
Trio, I'm happy for you though because I know you're so against it right now. But you're gonna break one day,
Well,
and
that's
you're gonna
the
play
thing.
all of them, and it's gonna be the greatest
No.
thing.
I would
It's
love
gonna take you like a year, but like it's
I'm
gonna be
not
awesome.
against it. I don't get it.
You're
I
not
would
interested.
love-
You will.
Exactly, that's the thing. And Kingdom Hearts 3 looks cool to me, but I just... Again, it's that thing of seeing all these games that I have no idea about.
We
which
have been
you're-
trying
what
for
you're saying,
years
yeah,
to try and
stuff.
brainwash him into the cult. Join
And
us.
I think it's the same way with Metal Gear Solid. Jumping onto 5, I think you can do, but like you're missing so much story.
But
and like
that-
I would love to see that though.
I
I
have
would love
been
to see
considering,
someone
actually.
jump straight into 3 without knowing any context.
I jumped
Like,
straight into 2.
that would be an
But
interesting.
even
I jumped straight into 2, and honestly, it wasn't the storyline that really got me. I mean, it helped to have the Roxas part in the beginning, because, like, I got straight thrown into that. And didn't even
It
know
definitely
anything about story or
explains
anything.
a little bit.
Yeah. But then I kind of fell in love with the gameplay, honestly. I thought it was like a genuinely fun game to play. That's why I wanted to get into it more.
This is the most
Behind,
important part.
so I'm going to just hop in here for a sec, but I just
Feel
want
free
to
to
say...
sit there.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. The thing with Metal Gear 5, I think that's different, is where I can hop in with that easy, is because I'm really in that for the gameplay, rather than, like, I saw it, I'm like, this is cool, I'm sneaking around,
Yeah,
I'm all about
it's
that.
a little different.
Whereas
I will
with
admit.
Kingdom Hearts, I see the gameplay, I think it looks cool, but I'm not, like...
You watch those
super
trailers and
invested
you
with-
have no
You're
fucking
not
idea.
tangled up in all the.
Exactly.
Oh,
I'm
You'll
just
probably
what
be
the
like me.
fuck is going on?
You'll probably be like me when I try experimenting with a new series. I'll play a game, I see stuff, I'll get curious, and then I'll look stuff up and eventually play the other games.
Yeah.
But I'm interested, but I'm not hooked.
I think
That's all I
think
wanted to say.
people like you should definitely take note. I think this is going to be an interesting title that's going to release. Like whatever happens.
Yeah.
we'll
Where
see.
else do you see Disney and Square Enix characters just coming together?
Yeah, and that's like another question of like what what Final Fantasy characters are they going to add? If they're going to add like Lightning from 13 or
That's what
whoever.
everyone's thinking.
Add 15 characters because that was pretty big.
No.
Sure, they will.
Also consider the fact they also are
Noctis will be in Kingdom Hearts
Right.
3.
also
will.
consider the fact they're prone to just use anything they haven't used in later games. So people have been thinking Vincent maybe.
Valentine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could. I mean, why not?
Do you know how... Guys, this game is going to have so much stuff in it.
I know.
Because think about the last
know.
game, that, like, big game that came out was the most powerful system was PlayStation 2, right?
Yeah, as a
Now you're
as
on-
a as a
As a
series
single
now you're
game,
on
not a remake.
PS4.
Now you're on a new generation console for a game
Well, just
that...
seeing the scopes of the new levels
It's
that are
gonna be
coming out, of
insane.
like Toy Story and
Yeah,
all that,
I
how
think
you
they're
can
gonna
run
add
up
a
the
ton of
side of the
stuff.
freaking house, and you have the top bedroom, you have the yard in the front.
Just hoping that people don't expect like it's gonna be godly. It's been in
Oh,
development for 10 years.
I think it's gonna be the second coming of Christ, Chris. I don't really.
I mean, for how long you guys been waiting, for fuck's sake, it should be.
Yeah. So, what are your guys' favorite games for the ones you've played? I think like for you, it's clearly 2.
Yeah.
Nah, but 2 is like I think the pinnacle of the series.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's really hard to beat too, especially with like all the form drives, which is really what nails it home for me.
Oh, Final Form, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
2, especially with the final mix having so much more to do than you did in the original game.
Having not played Dream Drop Distance yet, and I will before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, I'm really between 2 and Birth by Sleep. I think Birth by Sleep does a lot of good things right with the combat, even though it's so different. But 2 is just so polished. Like Kingdom Hearts 1, as recently playing it and getting the platinum and stuff, and spending a lot of time with it, that camera still fucking sucks.
Yeah.
There's nothing changed about that.
But I also, when I think about favorite game, I also think about how accessible is the in-game stuff. So like the Final Keyblade, like Master Keyblade mix and all that. I
what
mean,
the ultimate weapon?
Yeah, like
in
crafting
one?
that. Yeah, like
It's-
crafting
it's
that.
easy.
It's easier. In
Oh,
two,
in the-
but it's
in
easier
2,
in
yeah.
2. It's easier in 2, and that's
What?
That,
Yes.
I found it easier in 2.
It is
I could
easier.
not do it in 1.
It's easier. It's easy in 1.
I couldn't do it in 1.
Okay,
the
so
original time. I
Was
played.
it different in the original than it is in the final mix?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I was just like, why is it so easy? I was like,
No, you're talking about 1. That was way different. That was before they had the like exclusive world Heartless that could be a real
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
oh yeah, well yeah, like it required some grinding of like there were unique Heartless in the final mix that dropped. Like,
And that's stuff
unique
you had to,
items.
like, look up and know.
I had to look it up even now. But, oh yeah, back in the day it was.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah, back in the
you-
day, I had like,
you had to,
it was
find
impossible.
books.
It was
to,
all
like-
about books.
I got in Kingdom Hearts 1. I got stuck at Traverse Town the second time you go there. I didn't know what to do. I bought the strategy guide because I did not know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of need to.
And I got stuck on.
I mean,
Unless you
going
wanted to
through
just grind it
Monstro
out.
alone, like, fuck that place.
I got stuck on Deep Jungle with Clayton and the Chameleon dude. That boss is like a difficult to check.
It's a hard one.
It's a fucking even playing now is like, why is this so hard still? Like I'm playing on like Proud and Critical, and I'm like, I'm no fucking scrub, but like, why is this hard? I was like, this is still like really difficult. Like,
Chameleon's definitely a memorable one. We're gonna talk about that later, though, right?
yeah. I guess I'm bundling this all into one, so it's probably just gonna turn into a big conversation. Like favorite moments, characters, keyblades, worlds, all that jazz. What's your favorite shit? Boss battles, whatever.
Well, I mean, one of my favorite aspects of the whole entire game was the Colosseums, and
Yeah,
cups.
and we're getting that back in Kingdom Hearts 3 as the first world.
That's
definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, as like a side thing in a game, like just an aspect of it, like that was awesome.
Actually,
Yeah,
that you mentioned it, I apparently heard rumors they're going to try and do the tutorial in Twilight Town again. Who knows? Maybe they get lost. Who knows?
Really?
I would be
I heard
about that. I would like that.
What if the tutorial is Kyrie and you're going?
That's
through
what
her-
I think I've said that at some point. I
Yeah.
100% think the tutorial would be with Kyrie because she's learning.
Yeah,
So-
she's the one learning, and like the other two are already well established, even though they have lost whatever they've learned.
And I've made points that I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to have segments where, okay, besides Sora, Donald, and Goofy, because that's like main party, you're
Different
going to play as
characters.
Riku with Mickey, and you're going to play as Kyrie with
There's 3
Axel.
different storylines to this.
But they're like they'll just
Like
be like
playthroughs.
a one-off like level.
Oh, okay.
Now, I wouldn't
You know,
go
not,
as far
not
as
three
like
stories, but like
it wouldn't be like Birth by Sleep or anything.
So
It'd
you're
be
playing
one
as,
main.
as Riku and Mickey while they're looking for Aqua, and you get to that moment at the Dark Meridian where you find Norded Aqua, and you know you lose your shit because like, how can this happen?
Already lost that shit, but you know.
One of my favorite worlds is Space Paranoids, Tron. I really like Tron, and the Legacy
Same,
level
yeah.
is in Dream Drop Distance, and I fucking
Is
wish
it?
they waited for Kingdom Hearts 3 because I would love to see
Well,
Tron
has it been
Legacy.
confirmed
They could.
that it's not going to be in 3?
Oh, fuck off. No. they
I-
haven't.
Dude, Tron was a pretty big part of Kingdom Hearts.
It-
Like, the whole entire...
It is. It's a strangely big part of the story.
Be in
It
3.
may in fact, it might be in fact being 3. You saw the trailers with Twilight Town, the DTD.
Just to say, they were bouncing around ideas about another Tron movie
I
a
know.
little while ago. So I wouldn't, if that were
What if
true,
they
I wouldn't
used-
be surprised if they.
The
What if they
Stuff.
used Kingdom Hearts 3 to announce that this Tron 2 is coming out?
By the way, like that, yeah,
They
I mean,
could
hey,
do that.
But
strange
yeah,
things have
like
happened.
I would absolutely lose my mind.
That's awesome.
that is my favorite world. I really like it. And like I watched the original Tron after I played Kingdom Hearts 2, and I was just like, I want to watch this. And that movie, it's okay. It's definitely a movie that was made out of its time period. It like that's Jeff Bridges' first movie.
Mm-hmm. That's his first movie ever.
It's his first movie.
I don't know.
How nuts is that?
I actually didn't know that either.
Yeah, it's his first movie.
He is very young in that.
Yeah, to
You're
me,
very young,
to me,
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts definitely introduced me a lot. Introduced me to Final Fantasy, really introduced me to that.
Yeah, same. For Final Fantasies, like, you know, especially in like Twilight Town when you meet like Cypher, Setzer, Raj, and what's the
Fu.
girls? Fu? Yeah. And they're from
8.
yeah. And then Vivi's from 9. And those are Final Fantasy characters I knew nothing about. But like Cloud and
V is a great character in Kingdom Hearts.
yeah. And I love it. How am I here? And then she like waddles away. Is Vivi a girl or a dude?
I don't know.
I think he's a dude.
I just recently found out that 9's on PS4. I'm thinking of trying it.
They're all coming to Switch except for 8.
I
For
did
some
not
reason.
see that coming.
They were just like, yeah, every Final Fantasy except for the first 4 and 8. Okay.
Did not see that coming. Ridiculous.
Definitely
I feel
one
like Axel's probably one of my favorite characters.
Oh, for
because
sure.
Edgelord McGee over here. I think it's tough. My favorite character,
There's just been so
like,
many you can't.
not
like Sora,
fucking
Riku, and
Donald.
Sora, Riku, and Kyrie like don't even count. Like they're the main characters. Like everyone likes them. Shit.
Like, Goofy's underappreciated.
I really like Aqua. I think I really like Aqua's like role and everything, and also she's really like the only one who's very mature about everything. Like she's like even within the group of 3, but just like everything's kind of like in a way was like riding on her, and she fucked up. Like she did not succeed, and that's kind of the weird part with Birth by Sleep. You lose 150%. Van is asleep, dead for
Comatose.
lack of better terms. Terra's gone. He's another person, and Aqua's in the darkness. Like everyone loses. Like there's no getting anything out of that.
I
And that
definitely remember playing through the secret episode of that. You really feel like this depressing feeling. You're trapped in the darkness. You can really feel that sinking in on you. You can't go anywhere. You just have to go this one certain path.
and that's kind of the question where I'm be like, what are gonna be? Aqua's obviously gonna be in the game.
Mm-hmm.
What are Terra and Ven? Are they even gonna be in the game? Like I'm assuming we'll see
Yeah.
them, but like, will Ven and Terra actually come back? I don't know.
I would think
I'm
so.
not confident enough to like.
Well, with the
give a
whole
definitive
entire
answer.
thing that they introduced, where if a person's heartless and their nobody gets destroyed, the person comes back.
The thing
you
is
can
that
kind of bring back any character.
Ansem and Xemnas were taken down. That Xehanort should have been brought back before the old man. If
Yeah.
anything, he's the key.
Yeah, but okay, so what if you kill like Ansem, Secret of Darkness, and Xemnas again? Like, where's Terra?
They're time takeouts.
Yeah, true, but like he should have came back. The originals were killed, right?
I would think they're hiding that other Xehanort.
Or see, it's hard. Like they just like because like okay, the Organization 13 members they all got killed and they're all back.
I don't
Every
like
single
that.
one of them.
I think it like reduces the risk of some things. Like it makes deaths less important if you're just gonna bring the character back.
You're 100% correct.
Kind of like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like, when they start bringing characters back, then you're just kind of like,
Come on. I feel like some Organization 13 members are gonna have a purpose. Like apparently, like Even, who is Zexian.
There's one tied to
does.
like each level in the new one, right?
I don't
Three?
know.
I think that's what it is.
But like
That'd be
Luxord
pretty cool.
was in Pirates of the Caribbean originally, so that's fine.
Mhm.
But like we don't know like for the Organization 13 members, we don't know who Larxene and Luxord are.
And-
Like originally, we know who Marluxia is because of Unchained
More or
Key.
less, yeah.
Like he's a person who lived in Daybreak Town, and his name is Lumerian.
Which-
Like he's a Keyblade wielder.
Which brings up more questions, especially
Yeah.
because stupid time travel is involved.
Yeah, and like
also another ridiculous addition.
with Dream Drop Distance, yeah, the time travel. I don't even know. Like I didn't know that those versions of Ansem and Xemnas were like taken out of time.
Yeah.
Like I thought they were just like came back.
That kind of was my theory too. Who exactly is going to be from the present? Who's going to be time takeouts? Like you could have had two different versions of Zigbar in the organization, something like that.
Yeah, and like young Xehanort, I assume is a Xehanort that was pulled even before he went to Land of Departure to become a Keyblade
Yeah,
wielder. Like he's pulled off right from Destiny Islands.
right from the get-go.
Yeah, like he doesn't even go through any of that, so he never meets Ericus. And and Ericus is another character. Like, we see young Ericus in the trailer with a younger
I
Xehanort.
did not know that was Drake Bell, by the way.
What?
Yeah. So-
Drake Bell
Mm-hmm.
is
Young
Ericus?
Young Ericus.
The
Fuck.
more you know.
Voice
Where's-
acting for these games is actually
Is-
top notch.
Oh my God, Jesse McCartney, Haley Joel Osment,
Jesse McCartney, come
is
on.
Roxy. He's good though.
No, I bet it's just
And
funny
dude,
that like
and
that's
don't- he plays fucking Robin in
No,
Young
I know.
Justice.
Yeah, I know.
He's a lot. He's voice acts a lot. Yeah.
They're also definitely.
Is Mandy Moore still in it?
I don't think so.
was she again?
She was Aerith. I thought.
maybe for Tangled though.
So Kyrie's voice actor is changed again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lance
How
Bass
about,
ain't coming back.
Jack Sparrow's voice acting too.
It's
Cracks me up
it's
every
the guy who
time.
plays
I love
Tidus
it.
in 10. It's James Arnold Taylor.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a pretty good impression.
It's,
I was
it's okay.
fooled.
At some points, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, like
I like to say it's also kind of a product of their time, how they would bring certain like celebrities from their time to voice act, like back when Mandy Moore did Aerith around the
even
her
Hayden
prime.
Panettiere, she's Kyrie in I think 1 and 2, and I don't
Yeah.
think she's coming back, which kind of sucks. But she's a well-known.
I remember.
Maybe it was the money. Like she's probably worth a decent bit.
I remember
now.
the chick who played Shion. She voiced her in Point 2. I don't know if she's going to do the same thing or not, but you never know.
Yeah.
Voice actors are probably so confused when
When they're actually reading the
I just
lines.
like this is a random
Like,
thought.
I have no idea
That's
what-
like,
that's like-
what's my motivation?
That's like Kojima.
You're
with,
like the
Death
third
Stranding.
version of yourself, so what you need to do is just act like you don't know what the other two exist. And it's
Or
just
like you totally forgot like all this stuff. Just don't worry about it. So
just act like you don't know what you're saying.
okay, I can do that.
one of my favorite boss battles is definitely I think Xemnas, the final form where like you fight with Riku, is probably like one of the best boss battles
with
in
the,
the series.
Tapping.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
reflect
and like
button.
and
The
like Sora gets
lasers
fucked
was-
up,
yeah, it was
and
nuts.
like and then you're like Riku like Sora, and then you take over, and you're just like, oh my god, I've always dreamed of this
Oh,
moment.
and flying through space was pretty crazy.
Dude, that whole segment, but like the final battle is just epic. Like with all the lasers
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh my god, what a feat.
Just wait till you play against the Lingering Will.
Yeah, I haven't. Young Xehanort in Birth by Sleep is a secret boss.
He
It's
was
fucking hard.
He's terrible.
Oh my god,
He's
like-
broken.
Like, Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts 1 is the biggest pushover ever. Like, he was so easy. I beat him in one shot. And like you can just use Tinkerbell. I never knew that she revives you and heals you. in Kingdom Hearts
Auto
1.
life.
I don't think I
never knew
used
that either.
originally.
I didn't use summons as much as I should.
No,
Yeah.
they're pretty shitty, like for the most
Yeah.
part.
They look crazy in 3 though.
Oh, that's gonna look great.
What
With
is
a giant
Ariel?
roller coaster and
Yeah.
stuff.
And then like Ariel, how she comes in and like is all that water and like.
At least she's a summon. I don't
Well,
know
yeah,
about
I mean, you
Simba
think there's
is
not going to be
fire.
a Little Mermaid world because she's a summon? That
Oh.
definitely means there's not going to be a Little Mermaid.
I would like to see a Wreck-It
It
Ralph.
100% means that, but like,
That sucks.
I
I love
since
Little
he's a summon,
Mermaids.
I don't think there's
oh,
gonna be a world.
you want to go through Kingdom
could
Hearts
be.
2 Atlantica again? Is that what you want to
Yeah,
do?
I loved it.
You, look, if you can put in a one of those Let's Sing mics or some shit and do a karaoke with Ariel, totally down for it.
Dude, one of those moments when I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and I'm just like, fuck, I got to do this. Like, what if my like parents hear this? Like, this is gonna be weird.
I used to mute it actually.
I was just like, dude, and it was hard. Like the mini game.
It's like a
itself.
completely different game.
Oh, I know.
Dude, I mean, the Little Mermaid world in 1 was cool.
That- that was
The
good.
navigation.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It was great.
People
Okay,
complain
No, no,
about
no.
water
You didn't
levels
like
all the
it?
time. But
It
was
took
good.
me freaking forever to figure out you had to ride that fucking dolphin.
They don't tell you.
Yeah,
They
that
like-
was the worst world. One, because you have to use buttons to move up and down, so like
Yeah.
you have to rely on lock on in order to get to that person you want to get to. Then the fucking like bubble things with the people attached underneath it, where you had to like those popped, and then like 8 more of those came out. Like no. Mm-mm.
So, what are your other guys' like favorite stuff of the game? Keyblades, worlds, boss battles, anything you haven't talked
I'm gonna
about?
think. I'm gonna think.
Yeah.
The Mulan boss in 2,
The
flying one,
dragon?
was
Dragon.
great.
Yeah,
It was
cool.
a great boss.
And, is that the no? You first Shin.
Where you had to
first
take
time
the
you did it.
you get shot up into the air.
Yeah,
That
that's a
was
cool
really
fight.
fun.
What about you?
Well, secret boss is mostly probably the lingering will, only because you can't predict what move he's not and will not use. So it's kind of
And plus,
a
it's just
different battle every
it's
time.
epic and it's very like story relevant. Before Birth by Sleep Beam came out, you had no idea.
But
what
there
the
is a
fuck
way
it
to
was.
spam that fight with like a jump slam dash, like slam attack, and
Nope.
you just do that over and over and do like this half circle. There's a way around it to just do one attack. Over.
There's a lot of glitches that I found
Yeah.
doing this stuff.
Trying to go for the platinum, I saw how to beat the lingering will. I was like, oh, and you have to be like very precise with those two. Like you have to be precise with like how you press X and square back and forth. And you have to have like certain like air combo plus not equip.
I don't know if I have a favorite Keyblade that isn't Ultimate Weapon.
Well,
or-
I mean, I loved rocking the Oblivion and Oathkeeper.
Yeah, they're
that's-
classics.
Yeah, because
They're
that's
classics.
just a cool dual wield.
Yeah, and then
then,
Way to Dawn is like Riku's Keyblade is like fucking sick.
Yeah,
Now he's
I
got-
really
now he got
liked
his
the
tumbler key.
I forget the name of it. It was the Nightmare Before Christmas
Pumpkinhead?
The the one where you can do your final
The one from
the,
2 or the one
the
from
combo
1?
finisher over and over again.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's kind of
that's from
overpowered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that called again? Yuletide something?
I think
it looks like a candy cane.
I think
Yeah.
it has pumpkin in
okay.
it still. I was gonna say
Yeah, I
smashing
think it
pumpkin.
had
but that's
You know
bad.
what's really funny? When you watch people play Kingdom Hearts, usually, like, if they're later in the game and they're going through the first time, they always have the Halloween Town Keyblade. For some reason, that is, like...
It's a
that
good-
or-
it's good,
Keyblade.
yeah. No, it's good.
That or the Olympian Keyblade. I
Yeah.
noticed.
Mhm.
That I liked the one that was based off of Cloud, the Chocobo one, the Chocobo.
Metal
The Metal
Chocobo.
Chocobo.
Yeah.
And then the Fenrir
Fenrir.
from...
that
Fenrir
one-
was really good, but I mean,
Yeah.
getting that
The
was-
Tumbler Keyblade design is cool, and they're doing that with Riku's Keyblade.
I'm
3,
afraid
which
they're
is
gonna
awesome.
replace all the skeleton keys with those.
Yeah, in a way, the classic ones are cool, but I think it's, like, for Riku, the fact that he's just not, you know, I guarantee he's not gonna have other Keyblades. Thanks, Francesca, for talking to the dog. So goes the steps. Yeah, but, like, him to have such a different Keyblade, I think is fine. But Sora, give him, like, 1 or 2 of them, don't replace all of them with, like,
Yeah.
keys now. But I think it's a cool idea, because they did it with Fenrir, and I don't think I really realized it until, like, some other point.
Fenrir's a good Keyblade.
Yeah.
But I mean, getting it. Like, you
Yeah.
can't really. By the level you have to be to get Fenrir, you can't really enjoy it, I feel like. Because you're already, like, ridiculously overpowered.
you already have Ultimate Weapon. at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, usually
Yeah.
when you get Fenrir, you already have
Mhm.
Ultima.
I definitely get a feeling he's coming back. By the way,
Who?
Sephiroth?
Oh, 100%.
Feel
Yeah.
like he
I mean, he's
has
have
to,
to. I think he's
just
one of the
to-
most classic, like, video game.
I think one
Villains
of
and
the
bosses.
coolest moments in Kingdom Hearts 2 is when Cloud and
fight.
Leon are back to back, and like
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
just like the power hitters of Final Fantasy are fucking going hard.
Probably my favorite moment in Kingdom Hearts 2 though was that 1,000 Heartless battle.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
That was like
What
pushing
was
the
it, using,
limitations of the
Rising
PS2.
Sun or
Yeah,
whatever?
dude, that fight is really cool.
Felt like my PS2 at the time was gonna take off because it was just spinning so fast.
I
in
remember
order
when
to
they
make up
first
for it.
showed that in the trailers, and they had a behemoth in the background. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. They had the behemoths and the
There were different
wyvern.
Heartless. Yeah. But it was just like, oh my god, like, what?
And especially now that it's going to be even bigger space, you can only imagine if they try to one-up that.
Oh gosh.
I think they will.
10,000 Heartless battle.
I mean, like-
they know how iconic.
So
that fight
we
was.
saw nobodies in the most recent trailer for the first time, and they look like they were Marluxia's nobodies.
Yeah, I think they were in earlier trailers too. People started noticing them. That's how they thought Marluxia was going to be a part of the organization, but I didn't really notice them. In fact, I was just trying to focus mostly on just when is this game coming out. I don't care when I'm fighting, just when it's come out.
Yeah. Unless we want to hit any more points, or
What
if there's anything.
was the hardest boss fight you ever had to deal with?
He already said it.
That's not a secret boss because that's kind
Riku,
of
second time.
No.
Hollow Bastion.
Yeah.
What's his face? Dance Water Dance guy.
He was hard
Damix.
too. Honestly, though,
Horrible.
I think
I
I
hated
will, I
that
think I will
boss.
give it to the Riku 2 in Kingdom
and some
Hearts 1.
Riku.
Yeah, I remember having
Yeah.
the hardest time
Yeah,
when I
that
first
That
played
fight is hard.
I learned the direct like.
Here she
what-
comes!
Yeah, I learned the lines of like, "There's no way you're taking Kyrie's heart." Like,
Oh, I know
but
that whole
you
monologue.
couldn't- you
I know the whole
Because
You
back
could
then,
not
you could not skip the scenes.
cutscenes,
Yeah.
and
That
it
was the
just-
worst. You couldn't skip the cutscenes.
You had to
Complete the
watch
keyhole
that
with your
fucking
power. Open the door. Lead me into everlasting darkness.
So I bought the.
Oh,
I
I knew that was gonna happen
Oh,
today.
shit.
I bought the game
Far.
3
That was
times.
impressive.
Trio, can you run
Because of
up?
that.
Can you run upstairs and grab some paper towels from under the?
I knew that was gonna happen.
I spilled. I got a little too
When you
high.
get into it,
Soiled.
I bought the game 3
Yeah, let's
times
just
because
put
of that fight.
let's just put that over
Yeah, you
there
got
so you
special.
don't so no
Yeah,
glass
yeah, you
shatters.
can use Ian's.
Let's just put that over
Here,
there.
let's
No
put it
glass
Put that over
shatters.
there. I'm sorry,
Let's just move this so nothing shatters.
but that fight's hard.
Yeah, no, that fight made me buy the game 3 times
Did
because.
I spill any on you?
Nah, we're good.
Awesome.
And so like I remember getting it and that was the last time I rented it from Blockbuster. Then when I finally bought it like the following year for my birthday in 2013, I got to that fight and then it pissed me off so bad that I traded my PlayStation for an Xbox and started playing Halo 2. And
What?
yeah, but then later traded it back and then got it when Kingdom Hearts was one of the greatest hits with the red bar
That's
label.
the version I have.
And then that's when I was actually able to beat the first Kingdom Hearts is when it became a greatest hit.
Thanks, man. Yeah, getting a little too hyped. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah,
I don't
actually,
think
that's true.
we've
We
never
have-
had a spill on the podcast.
Yeah, that's actually
I'm glad it was this one.
I'm just trying to think of not the
If it
hardest
were
one,
one.
but just other difficult boss.
Gmix is
Well, like
definitely
we said
one of them.
earlier, going
Probably
into
the giant
Tarzan
ones
one,
you had in one.
the Tarzan ones, like the first introductory one, where
Yes.
it's actually pretty difficult with the chameleon and stuff.
The Chameleon was definitely pretty hard.
Ursula,
Ursula,
because
Kingdom Hearts 1?
yeah.
Ursula, Chernobog, any of those big ones.
And so like now, every time we talk about the taste of food, I go, not very tasty. Because she sit there and suck.
Get ready for this!
Oh.
What
This
about
won't be pretty.
You guys, I'm sure you guys did the secret bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2, or is it Kingdom Hearts 2 or Kingdom Hearts 1?
Which ones?
Kurt
The
Ziza
Aladdin
and-
Clock Tower boss.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's one.
the-
Kurt Ziza and the Phantom.
That's a hard one.
The Phantom is really just tedious. You just
Yeah.
have to hit it with magic.
It's all
and
about the magic. It's all
And if
it
you
is.
don't have your magic shortcuts ready for that fight, you're screwed.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it originally because I didn't use shortcuts.
You actually,
first one.
you actually taught me how to beat him when I first played the game.
Dude, I was very known for helping people with Kingdom Hearts, and I'm not even like fucking around. I went to a lot of people's houses and beat bosses for them. Like not to bark on my own tree, but the game was hard, and if you didn't level enough, you were not ready for some.
Do you
of those
remember what
fights.
level you were when you beat the first Kingdom Hearts?
No,
Because
God, no.
the first time I beat it, I remember I was like 65.
I
that
think
was
60
fairly
is,
low.
is a rough level for that.
I do think that Kingdom Hearts definitely made people into much more aggressive gamers. I remember having to really get better in order to get better through the
like
game.
that was the first game where I besides like a Final Fantasy one, where you like had to grind out in order to like beat some of the bosses.
I remember
Yeah,
actually.
level up.
I remember my sister actually wanted to play the game. She gave up because she kept asking me over and over again what to do next. Yada
Yeah,
yada.
it's just like, no, I'm not telling you. All right. So let's move on. We'll talk about some Kingdom Hearts 3, and then we'll wrap it up. Do you think we've seen enough of Kingdom Hearts 3? Before I answer, because
What I would like is for them to not spoil everything. Because, like,
Yeah.
especially for, like, Kingdom Hearts 2, going into all that, and, like, not knowing what world was next.
I don't think we've seen a lot of the world. to
We've
be
seen
honest.
4? Big Hero 6, Tangled, Frozen,
Toy Story,
Toy Story.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Monsters Inc.
Wreck-It Ralph is a
Not
summon.
summon.
I don't think he's going to
We don't know that yet.
The toy shop is Toy Story.
So, and then you, of course, have the staples of Twilight Town.
Hollow
and-
Raiding Garden.
Yeah, so, like, as for
Yeah,
other
Jensen's
Disney
Tower.
stuff, I don't want to know. Because
I
not
think
knowing
I-
that Pirates of
I
the
don't
Caribbean was in
know.
there.
Yeah,
and then going there
that's
is
for
like,
7.
what the fuck is this? Like, why is this in this game?
I was
think,
very
I think
surprised.
Pirates will definitely be in there. They're coming out with another movie. 100% going to be in the video game.
It's the,
Well,
it's the
it's
most...
in one of the trailers.
It's going to be based off of
Oh,
3.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what game they're.
Oh, that is true, it
You
is in
think
one of the
3? I think it's going to be based off of...
It's going to at World's End. I've seen them.
Well, yeah, it was the ship going over the sand. Which one's
Yeah.
that in? Is
At
that the
World-
one with the jar of dirt?
At the third one, at
That's
World's
the
End.
third
one.
I brought you to the movies with that.
Yeah,
I'm happy they chose that one and not the next two.
Yeah, very surprised to see that, but I think it's hard to tell which worlds we're
Well,
going to
you
get.
know what?
and
They
we're gonna see.
might, with how much they're going to be able to fit in this game, you're going to have to beat the worlds multiple times just like the other ones. I think they're...
I'm okay
Like,
with
you could
do a
you could
nobody
do,
run
like-
and a heartless run?
Yeah, I mean...
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking
I
they
don't-
could do, like, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, and then for the second run, they can add the villain from the next movie. You know
Well,
what I mean?
I thought they were doing original storylines for some. Is it based off of, like, their introduction into the game, maybe? Because, like, that's what I heard about, like, Toy Story is not based off of a movie, but it's
Yeah.
in between certain movies.
2 and 3, I think it was.
Yeah.
And so that'd be really, like, that kind of takes it away from the casual fan of, like, say Xbox and they haven't played any of the other Kingdom Hearts. Like, at least if they make it an original storyline, then you're more confused because it's going to be more based off of Kingdom Hearts lore as opposed to Disney movies.
Well, I do
So,
know
like,
that the
that's-
Big Hero 6 one is going to be right after the movie. That's the only movie I haven't seen that I know.
I gotta watch Big
It's
Hero.
right after the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Fuck, I
I
gotta
can't,
watch
I
it.
can't spoil it for you, but there's... Yeah.
it's basically like...
I just know it's a
Hey,
Stan Lee cameo. That's
a great movie, by the way.
I don't know if I should...
Yeah.
If
It's a
y'all
really,
haven't
really
seen
great
Big Hero
movie.
6, I don't know if I should say, like, what's wrong with Baymax in this and
Yeah.
why they're doing it. But it's kind of dark and twisted what happened to Baymax.
It is, yeah.
So
You guys need to see the movie. It's really...
no, I want to
Yeah,
watch it.
really
so
good.
do you think
Great
we've,
environment.
from what we've seen, do you think we've seen enough of Kingdom Hearts 3?
Well, we're technically
For
getting
me,
another trailer.
yes, because I'm going dark.
I don't like hearing a lot about stuff.
I 100% think we've seen enough gameplay. I think we've seen enough of this game to know that it's going to be good.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
got.
think
I got a feeling that if I see too much, I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together because that's what I did with all the other games. Pretty much saw too much footage, and then it's not as big a surprise.
Yeah.
I think that... I completely forgot what you said.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
But, like, yeah, going dark from now until, like, January, I think would be really good on, like, all the other content that comes out from Kingdom
We're
Hearts.
getting a trailer on Tuesday that's a longer one than we just got. And the only thing...
Hopefully they
the
have the
only
sound
other
effects
thing...
fixed.
I know. The only other thing I want to see the opening. That's it. I
Oh,
want
the
to
opening,
see
The
it.
CG opening.
CG?
I want to see
The
it.
song better be good.
Well, don't
Faster
think,
version of the
Don't
song.
Think Twice.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Don't Think Twice?
It's-
I
think
haven't
it's-
listened to it yet.
It's
You haven't? It's in all the
It's in the
trailers.
I haven't watched the trailer.
It's very...
Oh, you haven't?
I blacked myself out for
All
this
right, good
stuff.
for you, man.
I watched like the gameplay, but I
Dude,
don't watch the
good for
trailer.
you. I'll give you
I
the...
wish I had that type of like personality when it comes to things.
With
I love.
Spider-Man?
I will watch
I'm
everything
like
that's
that
out.
with movies now because I can't stand movies getting spoiled for
I
me,
need
so I
to-
just stopped watching trailers.
I wish
Yeah.
I was like that.
No, with Spider-Man, I was really disappointed that I saw the Sinister Six, like, trailer. And so, like, since then, I went dark. I was like, well, crap.
I finished Spider-Man the other day. I was mad they showed that as a gameplay.
What,
trailer.
the Sinister
raft,
Six?
That whole game, that whole mission.
Yeah.
That's like...
Spoiler
that's a
alert.
Very,
I mean, it's in the trailers, so...
No, but that
No,
was
it's not...
stupid to show.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
that-
yeah.
But continue.
But I don't think they've shown too much... They've shown some plot points in the trailers, not too many, but, like... I think what we've seen is pretty low-key for Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts.
yeah.
It's definitely not a lot. I think we've seen enough...
It's like
Yeah.
3
We've
different,
seen
like,
enough
tacks
gameplay,
as
and we've
opposed to, like,
heard...
15.
And I think Don't Think Twice is good, and I just want
I
to see
feel like
the
it's
opening.
mellow, though.
It's
like, the
definitely
other ones are-
different
This
from the
game is
original
very
too.
depressing.
Yeah.
The tone, like...
It feels like it's gonna be.
Despite
Yeah.
Sora being a happy-go-lucky fuck he is, this game is very
It seems
dark.
like, it
This
seems
is
like it is going to be darkness before the dawn sort of scenario.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
the
like,
music, man. The music's gonna be so hyped.
Oh,
as soon as you
it's
put
gonna
the
be
movie on, or
It's
the
gonna- the
video
game.
game on, dude, it's gonna be. I hope the menu song is as good as
Dearly beloved.
yeah.
Yeah. So you guys like don't think twice, Jason and Chris.
That's pretty good. It's definitely different from the other two. Once I hear the faster version in the opening, I'll probably get more into it.
Yeah, because I feel like this is just a very mellow one, like slow pace to kind of help build up. But like right now, it's not really hitting for me.
Okay. I could kind of see.
But
that.
I'm interested to see how they're gonna do the music for each level though, like for each environment, because like they already have the transforming keyblade for each one of the levels. They have.
Yeah. So,
so,
I
like-
think you get keyblades when you go to the world. I don't think you beat the world and you get the keyblade.
That
I
could
don't
be just
like
for the
that.
demo, though.
Yeah, that could just
True.
It's
Like-
easy to show for the demo of like, hey, this is.
this
But-
world's keyblade.
But then
like-
again, that world's keyblade does help you fight that world's heartless
Yeah.
better. So it could.
It is-
twice because you
yeah.
have Keyblade in them.
it's very
Yeah,
different.
so if you do 2 run-throughs of each level, if you get it at the end of the first run and then
And
you
then
have to
you'll
go
have
back
the
later.
second.
That's what I've been trying
Yeah,
to
true.
figure
We don't
out.
know what part of the
Whether or
game
not it's going to
world
be
we're
like
seeing.
1 or 2. One you do just usually one playthrough, and that's the end of the story for that world, or
Yeah.
2 where you go back and do an entirely different one. Who knows exactly how long this game is going to be, really?
Well,
I
they,
hope
it's
it's like the
long.
second one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope it's like 60 hours.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is a long game. Kingdom Hearts 1 is not at all. It's not a long game. You can breeze through it. I did.
Two,
As long as
it's
you
like
know what you're
as long as
doing,
you
yeah.
want to make it too.
Yo,
Yeah.
You
fun
can make
fact.
it a lot longer.
Did you know you can skip Olympus Coliseum in either Atlantica or Twilight Town in one? You don't even have to go to them.
Yeah, all you have to do,
Yeah.
like you can go like top, and then go
Because
to back.
for the speed run, for the trophy, like they say, just skip them. You don't have to go to them.
I did it.
Yeah.
So you definitely skip Atlantica. Cause
You can also do that
Yeah.
with Pride Lands, too.
Pride Lands is a great level though.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to see in Kingdom Hearts 3? From like anything we haven't seen that you're just like really want.
Well,
this is like probably like contrary to like what most people are thinking, but I do not want Star Wars or Marvel.
No, I
making
wait
Kingdom
wait
Hearts
till
3.
wait till afterwards.
Because
That's
like
what
you see like all the IGN articles and all of the like Polygon articles of like, oh, could we see Marvel in Star Wars? I don't want to
I
see
don't want to
that
see it either.
because it'd be too convoluted.
It's too.
And then-
If anything,
it's too
that's-
real world.
if anything, I can see that like being the secret ending for 3 or something.
What do you mean?
Like, it's not going to be in 3, just going to be secret ending. This is what's going to happen next. You're going to have to do these.
I don't think we're gonna see anything
Unless
like that.
the new what is it? The spaceship stuff of like going from
Gummy
world
ship?
to world. Yeah, the gummy ship.
What
if
Oh,
that
if
was-
that was Star Wars would be pretty
Yes.
I am hyped for
What
that.
if
Okay.
it was Star Wars stuff?
I think that would be pretty cool, but like
That-
very
cool. Wow,
loose.
that would be amazing.
TIE fighters.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I am hyped.
Like
to get
it
the
would
gummy
be
ship
the
back.
boss fight for the gummy ship stuff. Like
Yeah.
before the final level, you go into the Star Wars.
Side note, Gummy Ship. I didn't really get into editing those ships and making them really cool until like probably my second or third run.
Kingdom
through the
Hearts 2
game.
Gummy Ship is fucking
and
fantastic.
it's like a whole nother game.
I can't wait for 3. It looks great.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 is just like boring.
It's,
But 2 amped
two's
it up.
crazy.
2 amped it up. What I like I don't really know if I have any like predictions for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Well, I'm
or
not-
once that I haven't seen already. It's really
Knowing what happened like
Person-
between 1 and 2, like I don't want to make predictions because it's
yeah, it's tough to just like
crazy
set.
stuff
gonna be
happens. in
It's
my
tough to
games.
just say like what's gonna happen or what you think's gonna
What
happen.
would be a Disney property that you'd want to see?
I think that's a better
Well,
conversation.
Yeah.
One I want to see is because it's been a long time and they've been trying to implement more classic Disney stuff, bringing back Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit.
I think they did it. They did the Timeless River. I think that would be really cool
Mhm.
as
Bring
well.
that back?
Yeah, I don't know. I
That-
really don't know.
It could be based off
sorry.
of Epic
What
Mickey
the fuck
or
am I
something like
thinking? Sword in the Stone.
yeah.
The most another underrated.
was that
Disney
not in
movie.
it?
Or Treasure Planet. Another two
Dude,
underrated
Treasure
Disney.
Planet or Atlantis would
Oh
be
my
really nice.
Treasure Planet would be fucking dope.
Well, like I said, with
And
Square
having a-
Enix
having a
constantly
minigame
reusing
with the
stuff.
hoverboard.
What?
Like I said, with Square constantly reusing their stuff. One thing they didn't do in Breath by Sleep was a Jungle Book level. Maybe they'll do that.
Yeah,
With-
there was a
with
new
the
Jungle
scrap.
Book. They could do it with the new
Wait,
Jungle Book movie.
Was that confirmed?
What?
Jungle Book.
No, but
it
there
was a scrapped level from.
They
Oh,
usually
scratch,
reused
that's
a
what it
lot.
was.
They usually reuse a lot of scrap stuff. So who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they did it with Toy Story. Toy Story was supposed to be in 2, and
And
then
they
scrapped.
scrapped it and
Yeah.
like shoehorned in Tron for the new movie that was going to come out or something like that.
Yeah, Tron was supposed to be in 1, and I remember Prankster's Paradise was supposed to be in 358. They brought that into Dreamcast.
Prankster's Paradise is Pinocchio before the Monstra. Like, remember when he goes to
That's
that
pretty
park?
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's in
Was
Dreamcast.
it bad though?
Wait, why you in it?
Yeah, don't give me childhood flashbacks.
Yeah.
So
That is a weird part of that movie.
Yeah.
one I wouldn't mind seeing is maybe Zootopia.
Yeah, it's new, which is the
Zootopia
issue.
would be good.
Which
That's
is the
great
issue
movie.
with
Because
like
then
all
you
those
could
newer
definitely
ones.
like make characters like Sora, Donald, and Goofy characters like really fun in there. Maybe
Mhm.
Donald and Goofy stay the same.
I
I
am
don't know.
Yeah, I guess they would.
I also start. That brings
There
up. That
are-
brings up,
But
Yeah,
Sora
but-
might not.
that brings up something I
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
do feel like that they're really focusing on redesigning characters per world for every single one. Really.
Yeah, which is cool.
Which I still don't like the Monsters Inc. look.
it's goofy.
It is pretty.
Sorry. No.
That was really on the nose.
Yeah, you really gotta rephrase, man. You gotta
He has
rephrase.
like those
Pretty
two eyes that come up and then
Goofy.
He looks donned up. What next?
I know they have the Keyblade transformations, but has there been any talk on bringing forms?
Forms. I don't think so.
Well,
I think the Keyblade transformations are
that
like
is
their
that
form
is, that
of
is
but
dry.
maybe we haven't seen those types
'Cause if
where
there
it's
was-
like
I would
more
love to
more
rock with that.
lore
I would
oriented,
love to.
not world Keyblade oriented. Where like maybe Oblivion and Oathkeeper have something like that because obviously we're probably
No, you
gonna get
see,
them
with
again.
dry forms now, it's all about the Keyblade transformation. Depending on what Keyblade you're wielding, you pretty much transform to new command style. Your clothes change as well. It's not like Aqua's did back in Point 2. It's more drive related, but it also has that finisher type of combat
So
system.
what they do in Point 2 is very good. What they're gonna do in Kingdom Hearts 3,
And it's like
it's
a-
very much a demo for.
It's
Kingdom
like an
Hearts 3.
evolution of like Birth by Sleep originally, like their
Yeah.
2.8 was pretty
Games
much a...
and stuff.
I would say it's 2 Birth by Sleep and Point 2 kind of together,
Two-
and maybe a little Dream Drop Distance.
And 2.8 is pretty much all, like, this is how it's going to be, like, from Dream Drop Distance, we're bringing back something similar to Flow Motion. From 2.20, we're showing you the new engine, we're showing you old-fashioned Kingdom Hearts style, along with bringing back Shot Lock, and back covers just hinting at some stuff that's probably going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Rock Golem in Hercules, that's gonna be the tutorial fight.
I want to battle all
tutorial
the...
boss fight.
I hope I get to battle all the Titans this time.
Yeah, the Titans were really fun.
Well, we're gonna have a definitely more fleshed out Olympus than we ever had. You know,
Olympus is gonna
I mean,
be
we
great.
get the Underworld in 2, but like we don't really see like.
I think we're gonna get both.
Mount
Man,
Olympus.
Yeah.
Back to favorite characters, Aaron.
Orin?
Oh yeah, I liked Orin in 2. That was cool. He was very. I mean,
It's a
like,
good redemption story too.
yeah. I would like to see like what Final Fantasy characters, if they're gonna do more, not like add more to the Hollow Bastion crew, but like put more in worlds like Orin.
They could
So-
always put some more in Twilight Town, probably.
Are we really? Yeah, we do go back to Twilight Town. What the fuck are we doing in Twilight Town? Other than
We're
talking,
looking
No,
in-
but I love it.
We're
talking
looking,
to, other than
Going
talking to
back to the
Hayner,
mansion.
Pence, and Olette.
we're
yeah.
looking into trying to get Roxas back.
That's another thing of like some of these characters, like Shion is like, we don't know if what's going on with her, but like Roxas, like how is Roxas gonna even come back?
That's just the thing. They're gonna try and figure it out.
And then if Ventus comes back, are people
'Cause, like,
gonna
I-
confuse him for
Yeah, 'cause
Roxas?
it's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
the
just,
same,
like I said, it's gonna
Twins!
it's gonna be a game of who's who, pretty much.
So like like I have a list of like the 13 Secrets of Darkness and the 7 Lights, but like there's 2 who like obviously like there are up for debate. Like obviously it's Sora, Riku, Kairi, Axel, and Mickey. But like are Donald and Goofy technically like Warriors of Light? I would assume they're just Keyblade wielders that are in this list.
I think so too. I think it doesn't matter like who's going to be the 7. There's probably going to be more people in that, especially if they
Yeah.
get the princesses out, which confuses me when they said new lights. I don't understand that.
I think they're just new Princesses of Heart.
that
I
means
think it's what Larkson.
It's gotta be that because how many more Disney princesses have been added to Disney?
There was a
Princess.
What was
Oh,
it?
dude,
Rapunzel.
Princess and the Frog.
there's a
is
film
gonna be
theorist
world.
episode about that of like what constitutes a Disney princess.
Well, no, honestly, all we'd have to do up is look. All we'd have to do is look up the new Disney princesses.
Moana.
So
has
Moana, there's
been
gonna be,
added
dude.
in.
You can guarantee these worlds are gonna be in it then.
Maybe.
No, you can.
I think Moana might be a little too new.
No, dude, Moana, Princess and the
that's so
Frog
big
is gonna be in there.
Mm.
Rapunzel, we already know is gonna be there. Who
Yeah.
else is
Prince and the
there?
Frog
Frozen.
would be-
Princess and the Frog. It
Anna,
has-
Anna and Elsa.
So
there's
think
new-
of that Wreck-It Ralph 2
So that's 4
scene,
right there.
Yeah.
and that should help because Tangled's in it.
I'm
Whatever that one girl's name is, like it.
I am hoping they
What?
put Kingdom
Tangled.
Hearts and Wreck-It Ralph too.
Rapunzel.
No, that's not it.
That'd be really cool.
What?
That'd be hilarious.
What are you talking about?
It was so obvious, I just couldn't think of Rapunzel for some reason.
Yeah, so there's 4, and there's more, isn't there?
It definitely brings up confusion when it comes to concepts of 7 lights. You figure they're set in stone, but it's
People
not.
think Princess Leia is one.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
And everyone that Disney owns now is a Disney princess.
Fuck that.
Black Widow?
Black Widow's a Disney princess?
No.
No. But no. I'm not even kidding.
Storm?
I
The
hate that.
Disney princess
I
thing.
hate that.
Princess Leia is actually a Disney princess now.
She's dead.
She's okay. Just
Yeah.
saying.
No, she's Mary Poppins.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's right.
And then does that make the Wreck-It Ralph?
The little girl.
Yeah. Does that make her a princess?
They make a joke about that in the new movie.
Yeah.
It's also wondering if it's
And
going
she
to be.
technically was a princess in her
that's
original
what she-
game.
Yeah.
You also got to wonder if that world's going to be in there. I think it'd be kind of similar to, say, the Tron
It
world.
would be cool if there was a mini game.
Cora, dude.
If there was a mini game where you could race their go-karts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Hey, man, they had the racing in Disney Town and Birth by Sleep.
see, I didn't play one.
Was it good?
Okay.
I couldn't get past.
I need to do
I
the
tried
trophy,
to do
so-
the. I tried to do the.
I had to do it 3 times.
the
all of them.
platinum run in one run, and I couldn't
You
even
can't.
get past the.
You can't
one
do
run.
it.
Yeah.
I think we just have to say the basics of what's going to happen in 3. Pretty much, it's all about trying to forge this thing called the Keyblade
Kai,
with
key,
an
whatever.
X. The original
X-Blade.
The original Keyblade.
Is it the 3-in-1 looking thing?
The
Like
one in
the
Birth
two
by
crossed
Sleep.
regular ones.
Yeah, with the
thing
yeah.
going
That's
on.
the.
X gonna give it to you. That
What?
should have been.
Yeah, X gonna
that
give it to
should,
you,
That
yeah.
should have been their theme song for this one.
Dude, that iPhone X
Dun,
gonna
dun,
give it to
dun,
you. That's what they should have revealed at the iPhone conference. The iPhone
Did you bring
X
your
gonna
ex
give
gonna
it to
give it to you? No, I forgot.
Anyway, the Keyblade is going instead of being made by 2 people like it was in Birth by Sleep, it's going to be made by 7 lights, 13 darknesses, which is why Organization 13's 13 exclusively darknesses, and the 7 lights are trying to come together, trying to not get the princesses involved, like Sora, Riku, Kairi, all that. They eventually pretty much have to play Master Xehanort's game in order to make sure they don't get involved. And
That's where the chess game comes in.
Because they're to yeah, dude. So do you see that screenshot I put in the group
Oh, which one?
of the chessboard?
the chess
Yes,
pieces.
yes.
That is fucked up. That is beyond the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. I was just like, you're telling me Sora's gonna be the only one left, and he's getting like gangbanged by like the entire organization
I wouldn't put
13,
it that way.
and I'm just like,
Oh, I
oh,
might be more interested in this game than I thought.
I'm just like, holy shit. Well but then Eric is just like, maybe it's not fated and light will prevail.
I think definitely the key to figuring out stuff is the chess pieces if you looked at them really hard.
Yeah. One thing I have on here is, do you think we're gonna have DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3?
Oh, yeah,
I think it's tough to tell because we could get addition worlds.
I could definitely see that. It could be tough with worlds, especially when it comes to plot and all, but I could see stuff
Yeah.
like old Keyblades, like new battles in the Coliseum, secret bosses, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
If there's not,
It's a new age. It's gonna
It's
be
a
weird.
new.
It
I
could-
know,
it would be like
PlayStation
13
2 wasn't
too.
really linked up online back in the
No,
day.
so it's hard to like imagine that.
It would be like 13 too, where you just get to download all this different types of bosses you get to face.
Costumes and.
But there's not
shit.
a $100 version of the game where you get all the season pass for free. So
Well, that is a good question.
Dude, buy the Kingdom Hearts 3 season.
Whether or
pass.
not they're going to try and do a
the
final
real
mix.
ending in the season pass.
the key edition.
Yeah, who knows whether
It has
they'll
the key to the ending.
who knows whether they'll try making a final mix out of 3. Since DLC exists now.
True.
And then so what do you think comes after? Like, what do you think comes after Kingdom Hearts 3 or the Xehanort
Nothing.
Saga?
They end it forever.
That's really what I want. But
Nah.
apparently, they're calling this the Xehanort Saga, and obviously we're not going to get another Kingdom Hearts for a while.
Yeah.
But like apparently,
probably 20 years.
yeah.
So if this one's based off of Mickey, who's the next top dollar
Disney,
Disney character that can be the head of the next
I mean,
generation
apparently
of
Mickey.
Kingdom
Apparently
Console,
Mickey
man.
doesn't age.
I don't know if
It's all like it's nothing but Marvel and Star Wars.
I
That's the
don't-
next Kingdom Hearts series.
Yeah, who knows
It's
how
based
far
of
off
just
it'll
that
take
shit
place.
alone.
Imagine.
Mickey, Donald, and Goofy don't age.
Kingdom Hearts Marvel instead of Kingdom Hearts Disney. Like Final Fantasy and Disney, it's Final Fantasy and Marvel crossover, and then so it's just those
Different
alone.
worlds for
yeah.
each Marvel
And so
character.
each game
Oh, God.
is just a Marvel. Like you go through Ant-Man, oh man, that'd be.
Imagine
Yeah.
Tony Stark.
Yeah,
and
can't
Kingdom
imagine.
Hearts.
Can't imagine that Avengers.
What do you like? Sora explains the situation to Tony Stark, and Tony Stark is just like, "What are you talking about? That's complete nonsense."
He's like, no, I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah, I think it's tough to say what comes after. Even though there are like Nomura alludes to the fact that there could be something after.
I think it depends on
I
the
mean,
success of the game.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like,
he says
hey, we're open
If this
to
is
this.
if this is an absolute hit and becomes a classic game, they're gonna keep going.
He said over and over there's gonna be a secret ending. Who knows exactly what he's got up his sleeve?
Because look what 2 was. Like
It was all a dream.
that Birth by Sleep ending for Kingdom Hearts 2 is like one of the biggest mind fucks at the time.
Well, no one had any idea what.
Like
any
what
of
are
it
these
meant
guys
at
with
all.
arm? And like it was just like, oh my god, what the fuck is this?
That is pretty much. They do new stuff. You never know exactly what's gonna happen. Same with 1 when they first showed Roxas. Who is this? What's going on?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm very curious. One, I was telling Gooch this a while back. I literally don't physically understand how this game could make any money after this long of a development time.
I don't think the development has been that.
So I just think money's probably not even going to have anything to do with it with this game. If it sells well, that's going to be great. But if people want more, I can see.
I
them doing
don't
more.
think
Like
this
I
game
said,
has
I'm really
actually
excited to
been in like actual development for as long as we think.
2013.
I don't-
It's probably been on and off sporadically.
I don't think they fully committed to it until like 2013, 2012. I really do.
Even just like when
Probably
they
when
did
they
Final Fantasy.
renamed Final Fantasy 15 is when they started development on Kingdom
Like I
Hearts
was
3.
like, how do you make
Yeah, I
money
don't think you're
off a
wrong.
game that's in development for almost 8 to 10 years? I just don't get it. I don't know.
I
Maybe-
think we've
could
had
be-
this talk back. Sorry, Trio.
No, you're fine.
I think we've had this talk back when we did the Zodiac Age. You were wondering that the slate's going to be cleaned. What happens with Nomura next?
Yeah, really. Because he's been on this project in Final Fantasy 15 forever. So like, it's really the question of like, besides the 7 remake too, what is next for Square? Final Fantasy 16.
Well, they got the Avengers game.
True.
Yeah.
But like, they
They're
don't
gonna
make
have
that.
they're gonna have to.
Square actually makes Kingdom Hearts.
do
Okay.
They don't make. They
They have
produce.
like another.
They
like,
license, not.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They produce it. They actually
like
make
one of
Final
theirs-
Fantasy
Okay.
and Kingdom Hearts.
I don't know, man. They've had a lot of time to think about this. They might already have
Something lined up.
like yeah.
I don't know. They're really good at shoehorning all this different shit into a game. So then again, it just could be out of the blue. Like, oh, we made a lot of money off the last one. Make another story. All right, well, we're going to throw this character in here, and then we're going to do all this. And
There's no way I'm not gonna like this game.
No, yeah,
It's actually not possible.
yeah. I 100% agree with that. There's no way this could be bad. No way. There's no way.
Famous
This
last
could
words.
No way at all.
Fast forward 3 months.
I hear denial. I hear denial.
Fast forward to the review, and we're all just like,
There's no way this could be bad. Narrator's
It's in the
voice.
top corner,
It was
it's just the
bad.
video of you saying,
This is
this
when
could
you knew
never
it
be
was
bad.
Just quote.
It's hard to just picture it. You know, like I like
Just based off the Toy Story world alone, where it's like 4 different levels or 3 different levels of a Toy Story that you can just jump up.
like
and
how
down,
how
and,
could
like, that
Kingdom Hearts 3
scope
be
is
bad?
just-
It's already convoluted. That doesn't make it bad.
Yeah, the
You know?
stories are going to probably be the worst part of the game.
I'm
If
really
anything.
fine with it though. The story's just gotten so ridiculous though.
I've already tried connecting the dots for so many years. I kind of just not too surprised anymore.
You have to suspend your beliefs in order to follow the story.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially the whole time traveling.
So
If you're a game theorist, you definitely don't want to do it. Don't put logic into it.
yeah, so we'll end the podcast with the big question: what does Kingdom Hearts 3 mean to you?
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's like the culmination and like the end of like the childhood gaming
It's
thing
It's
that I've been.
nostalgia and
Not even that, but like, you know, we've been playing this game for me since like 3rd grade, and like I've been playing this series, and like since 5th grade when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, I've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. So it's kind of like this end of like the childhood era for me. In a way.
It's something that we waited for a long time. We gotta move on after
Like
that.
as soon as I get this game, I'm probably gonna cry. Like I'm straight up gonna cry. Like sometimes I literally think about Kingdom Hearts 3 and I just tear up.
You,
Like I'm
you
not
cried
even
at the first trailer. I remember you told me.
Dude, it means a lot. Like the game is like super deep.
It's
on,
a good
on
game.
a level.
They're
Like
good
the
games,
game
yeah.
is about like friendship and you know. And
Donald not
and it-
healing you.
Yeah, yeah.
And at that age, like that was very impressive.
Yeah, there were a lot of like morals that come out of that, and like now we're at the end game. Like the friendship, you know, is Sora gonna make out with Kairi finally? I don't know.
We're grown ass
Oh,
adults
God.
now, man. This is it.
Yeah.
After we play this game.
Yeah. but like this game, like it means a lot to me. Like
It does,
and
yeah.
I want, you know,
It's almost 20 years of like tied up storyline.
yeah.
This game
It is
definitely
almost
means
20
the
years.
most to me.
Ridiculous.
And I
Any
think
game
for
I play.
like most fans, this game it means a lot to a lot of people. Like 100%. Like on a nostalgia level, on growing up with this game. Like I would. Kingdom Hearts, I feel like definitely taught me something about like friendship and having those like morals. Like it's definitely like they hit that home so hard within all the games that like Sora just like no matter what is just like such a good fucking human being and like he
To a
never
fault.
yeah, literally like he's just like absolutely like perfect. Like he is like the like he's light.
Yeah.
Whereas Riku like is darkness.
The light
Realizes
within the
that,
dark.
He lets it control him. Realizes it's his fault. Doesn't get rid of his darkness, but uses it. Like
Embraces it.
Yeah, and he still uses his dark powers, even though he's.
It definitely
good
also
now.
brings more character development. Like everyone thinks darkness is evil. I've actually had big arguments on YouTube and stuff. It's not the darkness; it's controlling it.
Yeah, exactly. Because like Riku is the example of like a light Keyblade wielder using darkness for not necessarily like dark purposes.
You think it's evil, but no.
Yeah, he learns to control it, and that's kind of like his whole character thing too. It's just like him being teetering between light and darkness through.
And that's
throughout
probably
the
what
series.
Sora's gonna have to do.
Yeah, like maybe like he will get tempted and like something will happen, or like maybe he'll get Norded. I don't know.
All three, Riku, Kairi, and Sora will become one. And then all 13, 15 million Xehanorts will become one. And it's just one giant boss.
One giant human. being.
It'll be kind of like Power Rangers where they all morph
gonna say
and
that.
fuse
into one like giant being of light.
A giant Keyblade.
Yeah, but like I'm really excited to like play this game and finish it and like do this like review, which you guys are totally welcome
So
to come back for.
that brings up the next question. What do you do after you beat it?
I
Just
die.
like-
I die.
Grind for trophies.
It's over. It's over.
Is that the end of everything? Like
Wait
what-
for DLC.
Oh god.
But truly, like it's like hard to even like put into like words about like what that's gonna feel like. Like I know it might sound cheesy, but like
Do you finish the game because do you want this 20 years
Oh
of
my
story?
God,
to-
Dad.
I definitely
to
think
wrap
we
up?
will get the feels. Like I wouldn't say it's over, but it's.
I don't know.
What we've been waiting for.
Do you also think that they're going to try to kill Goofy again, and then bring him back,
Oh my
or make him
God.
play dead?
Dude, how real is that scene though? Holy shit! How fucking real is that when Goofy gets slammed in the face with a rock and then like Mickey just
It
like
makes you think that he's gone.
loses
Of
it?
all this shit that happened to Goofy and like getting burned by Maleficent Dragon or anything like that, it's like no, a rock is what killed him.
Yeah, you never heard of Phoenix Down?
Yeah, true. You can bring people back.
And I got one thing.
Mickey brings back Sora in Kingdom Hearts 2 as many times as you want when you die.
Touche.
And I got one thing to say. Sora for Smash.
Yeah, right.
I was
I'm
actually thinking that.
I'm surprised he hasn't. Like, how you solid Snake? Like for fuck's sake, Sora's like perfect character for Smash.
Yeah, but Snake was in it before. Sora hasn't been
Yeah,
in it
but
yet.
Sora's or like Snake.
And has
Snake's my
Sora-
favorite Smash character out of any of the games.
Has Kingdom Hearts?
Hot take.
Well, they were on 3DS. Kingdom Hearts
skip
was
that.
on 3DS, so that was a Nintendo property.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts has been on a good amount.
Has
of
it
Nintendo
been on a
properties.
GameCube, like a
No.
console?
No, not
of
main
Nintendo?
console.
No,
People think that it'll get ported to Switch though.
I could see it eventually. Everything's getting ported to Switch, but I think that wraps us up. I think we've had a fucking great conversation about Kingdom Hearts, and I'm hyped for this game, and I hope
Who's
Well-
not hyped?
we'll all be on the review
Trio.
come February.
Yeah, it takes that much time.
You can find this in video form at youtube.com/DelcoNerdNetwork and audio form on podcast services both on the Google Play and Apple Podcasts. You can check us out on Facebook.com/DelcoNerdNetwork, Twitter and Instagram at DelcoNerds. Chris, Alex, Jason, thank you guys for coming.
Like I said,
I'm-
glad to be back. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really glad. I'm really glad I got to sit down and talk about Kingdom Hearts on this podcast because I haven't at all.
And we have an invisible person sitting with us for the entire
Yeah.
thing.
Thanks. Oh yeah, our fifth. Unfortunately, we were supposed to have 5. Ian was sleeping. Yep.
And
All right.
Xeon, she's just
Yeah,
hanging out.
Shion. Yeah. The character that just is gone.
You're there, but you're not.
Thank you guys for watching. Stay nerdy.